Aquarius. Okay, sorry. Hi, it's you guys. It's me. I'm also an Aquarius, and this is your reading for June, and I invite you to stay, take what resonates, leave what does not. This is my only account, and I'm never going to reach out first. Also, happy Pride Month. Pride is celebrated all year round, but especially this month. So, all my queer baddies out there, I love you, and you're always welcome. I read for everybody, especially LGBTQIA. So just know that you're all welcome. I'm a lesbian, so everybody is safe here, and I see you and I love you. So let's get to your reading, Aquarius. See what happens here. What do you need to know in here right now? Sorry. I was just Palo Santoing in here, and I think I inhaled some of the smoke. Oops. Oh, I don't usually read reversals, but we've got one reverse card. Okay. Oh, wow. All right. Okay, Aquarius. What are you holding on to right now that is, ready to be let go of? You're holding on to a lot of things. I think there are ideas, people, situations you've outgrown, and you've outgrown them. And it's like, why am I holding on to this? And I think you're kind of at this place now where you're like, why am I holding on to this for comfort? What is this? Let go. Just let go. And no matter how hard you try, something just seems to stick to you like glue. So this could even be like staying in a job you don't like, something that doesn't fulfill you emotionally, something that makes you feel it's like the money is good and it's a respectable career, but like, are you happy, Aquarius? Are you doing something that you could see yourself doing like 30 years down the road? God, I hope that I'm not still working 30 years down the road, but like, we'll see. But like, let's just be real. Are you doing something that really aligns with your soul's purpose and what makes you feel seen, received, respected? And I think your work is coming up. I think relationships are coming up. Even like family dynamics, friend groups, things that are not fulfilling you, you're being asked to address them very honestly. Like, is this something that I truly want? Okay, there's a fly in here. There might be people who are like kind of spying on you right now, wanting to know what you're up to. You've maybe been off the grid, just not really communicating much about your plans. And I think some of you, you're kind of hush-hush about it on purpose. Like, you don't want people in your business and knowing what's going on, because it's like, I don't want you to infect me with your negativity or with like your evil eye. I don't want any of that around me, because you've dug yourself out of the trenches. You've really worked hard to establish yourself in whatever that may be. I'm getting work. Like, I think some of you might have just started a business. Some of you might have already made the transition out of an unfulfilling career. And some of you might be like starting to consider that, yeah, like I need to be doing this. Everybody's in different stages and in different boats, so only take what resonates. Yeah, but something is like, you're just kind of not quite sure how to let go. And I see that in the challenge position, we've got the 5 of Cups. This is about grief, loss, disappointment. Disappointing situations have really tainted your ability to see a way forward without there being this. You may have seen potential with someone to grow something real, honest, vulnerable. Nothing surface level, Aquarius. No, like, you demand authenticity and honesty. And I think something may have just been very disappointing, whether that be in a career setting or in a relationship. Does not need to be romantic, could have been a friendship. But you had been accepting circumstances less than you deserve for such a long time, and you reached a breaking point where you're like, I can't do this anymore. And I think that's part of the reason why you've been off the grid, is just recalibrating and regenerating and trying to really get your bearings and decide, where is it that I invest my energy? Where am I really needing to turn my attention to? And you're kind of in this stage of, what is it that I like and need? And what is it that I want to do? Because why would I be settling for something that I don't deserve? Why would I be doing that? And I think that kind of like dawned upon you at one moment, like, why am I doing, I don't need to be doing this. Like, yes, these feelings are real, and yes, they're valid. Like, it's not a black and white situation, but it's like missing someone is not enough to stay in an unfulfilling relationship. Missing circumstances that were once sweet that are no longer going to be that way is not enough to stay in an unfulfilling situation. It's time to move on. It's time to move forward and do something else, build something bigger and better and greater, because Aquarius, you are so visionary, futuristic thinking, forward thinking, and you've really got the whole blueprint in your mind. So why don't you just go ahead and build it? I see that you, making plans right now. You're really evaluating, like, what is it that needs to leave my life so that my blessings, my manifestations can come forward? What is it that I fully need to just like let go of? What am I still subconsciously holding on to? In the past, I see there was a lot of defensiveness, a lot of needing to stand your ground, people pushing your boundaries, people treating you unfairly. And I think for a time you accepted this, and certain people, certain like bosses, especially relationships, romantic relationships, people got so used to you just kind of taking it. And I think you just were taking it because you're like, am I overreacting? Am I feeling like too sensitive in this moment? No, you're not. You're being disrespected, and you took it for a time period, but now you're being asked to stand up for yourself. And people are not liking that, because it means they have to really look at themselves and ask themselves, am I the problem? Like, have I been unfair? Have I been toxic? And some people are just not ready to ask themselves those questions and are not ready to face the fact that they are taking advantage of your kindness. Or maybe they weren't aware they were doing that, and now they're being forced to look at that. Maybe you have a certain skill that not a lot of people have, and people above you in the workplace are like, okay, Aquarius, do your thing, like, make me the money. And finally, you're just like, no, like, you are taking credit for my work, you're taking credit for my ideas, or it's somebody's expecting you to fill their cup energetically and they give you the bare minimum. Or maybe they're just annoyed when you ask for the bare minimum. You got to a point where you're like, no more. I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to hold my boundaries. You don't get to cross these. And now I see you rebuilding slowly, very slowly. And I think part of you is kind of having to take a pause and just be like, am I checking out and like being avoidant, or am I focusing enough time on my craft? And I think you're not allowing enough time for rest and recalibration, because again, like, you're recovering from something that was pretty bad, like pretty unideal. So just be kind to yourself and know that, yes, this is slow moving energy, but this is very consistent, grounded energy. And it's okay to take breaks. You don't need to be all in at all times, okay? And I think because things are moving slowly, this is kind of like the Sagittarius reading that I did for May. It's like, because things are moving slowly, you may feel like you're doing something wrong, or you may feel like you're not doing a good enough job. That's not true. You just don't see everything playing out yet, like, and you don't need to. Spirit's asking you to really just stop looking for clues to an outcome that you may be attached to. This might be what you're attaching yourself to, a specific outcome, a specific way you want plans to unfold, specific ways that you want your manifestations to come in. But Spirit's saying, hey, drop that, because that's actually blocking the flow of energy. You're in this unknown energy, and there's some ambiguity and some fear. And fear, again, blocks positive energy from moving. So Spirit's asking you to sit in this discomfort of not knowing the future of what it is that you're building, and trusting that you have a good enough idea, you have a good enough ability to create what it is you desire, the life that you desire. And you're kind of going based on faith and trust that you have everything that you need to build it, even if you don't see it fully. I see that this is the card that was reversed. The Six of Pentacles in reverse tells me that you're not going to invest any more time in anybody who gives you half truths, half offers, half anything. Like, no more. You can't do that. That's crucial to avoid people like that. Avoid any kind of situation that makes you feel like people assume you deserve less. It's just not an option at this point. Spirit's asking you to just remove yourself from any situation where people make you feel like you're not deserving of good things, because you are. Okay. I think you're afraid that like this newfound like, like I have all this power and I have all this ability to create what I want. You don't want it to come off as like egoic. You don't want it to be like, I'm better than you. It's not that. It's not. Everybody is doing work. You're doing hard work, and so is everybody else. But like you don't want to come across as arrogant. So don't come across arrogant. Just know your worth, set the boundaries. If you need to take some time to be quiet and not interact with people, that's perfectly acceptable. Some people, you might be afraid that people think that you're too good for them and they're going to banish you from their lives. Well, you know what? The people who are real, the people who understand you and love you and accept you and know you will respect your boundary that you need some space to recalibrate and to grow and to figure out what it is that you're building. The people who are real and the people who are patient with your growth and the growing pains will stick around for you. And I see a really positive outcome for you, Aquarius. I see you really receiving all your blessings in a very emotionally fulfilling way. And it might not be all at the same time, and it might not be all at the same pace. So just be patient and know that really emotionally fulfilling things are coming in. This could be a new love opportunity. This could be a new job offer or an offer to partner with somebody. Lots of possibilities here. But overall, Spirit is saying you're ready for a new beginning. You've done the work, Aquarius. Well done. Keep doing it. Don't doubt yourself. And just know that even though you don't see the outcome, it's okay, because you're in alignment right now. You're taking the steps forward towards success, balance, and growth. That's your reading for June. Take care, Aquarius. I love you.